So hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we are going over a very important TryHackMe's room, that is investigating Windows. So yes, we are going to do some blue team works, and in this room we are given a Windows machine which has been actually hacked. Okay, so it has been hacked and we need to investigate into this Windows machine, and we need to find what are the things which are asked. Okay, so we just have to move around and have a exploration period for this. So I'm starting the machine, as you can see, and the machine will start in some seconds. And before that, I need to make you realize that you can have many different approaches to approach all these questions. Okay, to answer all these questions. Okay, so you can have a lot of approaches for this, and don't be scared to do this machine, because if you are a newbie to the blue teaming work. Okay, and just try it on yourself, and try to do the best as you can. Okay, so let the machine start, and you can see there are a lot of questions that what are the version and the year of the Windows machine, which was the user logged in the last, when did John, which would be a user, logged in last, what does the IP system connect to when it first starts. So here is a question which is saying that what IP does the system connect to when it first starts. So I have already completed this room, but for this tutorial, you can see that there is an IP which is being connected to by the current machine which we are given, and that IP is 10.34.23. Okay, so that's the answer for us. Okay, and you will realize this, and because I have already done this machine, so I have given the answer easily, but you may need one try, second try, and more tries to just do the same. Okay, I have diverted the machine to the next tab, and let's answer all these questions. So the first question with us is what's the version and the year of the Windows machine? So we can find it in the system properties. Let's find it in the system properties. I will go into the properties of the system, and as you can see, it is the Windows Server 2016 data center. Okay, so it is the Windows Server 2016. Okay, so that would be the answer, and yes, it is the answer. Okay, and the next thing which is being asked to us is that which user logged in last. Okay, so we need to find that which user logged in last. So before that, I just enable the search box so as to make you all see easily what I type, and I will search about the event viewer. Okay, or we can have another approach. I will show you that approach. What is that approach? The approach I am showing you first is that you can go over the security logs. You can go over the security logs, and you can just try to find out what was the last user which logged in. Okay, and for finding that, you can use a filter. You can use a filter, and you can make filter choices, that is event sources. You can go into the event sources and try to make it into the Microsoft Windows security auditing, which will make it or force the filter to see all those logs which are related to security auditing only. Okay, and we need to specify the task category. So the task category which we are asked is that logged in last. Okay, so the person who logged in last, and there you can see a black screen has come to us, a command prompt screen, which is actually meaning that another person is actually trying to control our machine. Okay, and it is running a program in the background. So coming to this, we have to choose login, logon, so as to filter out all those choices which are only meaning the login purpose only. Okay, and we can use here the keywords also, and I will have to choose audit success because it means that the audit was successful, and that means the login was successful. Okay, and you can just click OK, and it will try to give you all the logs. Okay, so we can just filter out by clicking on the time, date and time, and it will give us the most recent login, and the most recent login which I can see is that from the administrator. Okay, and you can also take a look over all of these things, and you can just try. And another approach which I was talking about is that you open command prompt, you type net user to see all those users which are made in user accounts which are made in this machine. Okay, so it gives out that user accounts for this PC is that administrator, default account, guest, Jenny, John. So we have all the accounts which are in this computer. Okay, so for seeing all those details or just comparing that which person logged in last, we can just try to see the logs for the specific persons, and I will type net user administrator, which will give me the last login time. As you can see, it gives me the last login time. So if we note it down, if we note down that it was the last time was 8/14/2021 at this time. Okay, and we can just compare it with other users. I will type John, and I will get the last login time. It is from the 2019. Okay, 2 years before, 2 years back, and the administrator has done it just in 2021. We can use the same thing with other. Let me just maximize it. Okay, net user, and I will just make it default account. Okay, so there is no login, last login thing, that is never, as you can see. Okay, and we can just use it for the same and all other accounts. There was one more, Jenny, and she also never logged in. Okay, and there was another one, if you remember, there was another one named as guest. Okay, so he also never logged in. So the latest login was from administrator. So we verified it from two sources, two approaches. I showed you two approaches to do the same problem, and there can be many more. Okay, there can be many more to do so. Okay, so never rely over a single approach, and try to explore all those approaches and all those techniques to do the same thing, and this will expand your technological and analytical views. Okay, and you can be better at security things by this. Okay, so the next question with us is that when did John log on to the system last? We can do the same thing with the first purpose that I showed, which was the event viewer filtering. Okay, so we can do the same thing with that, but for easing the thing, we can just try the net user command for ease. Okay, because we have to apply many filters in that. If you notice that we had to apply many filters over the security auditing logs. Okay, but here we just type in one command, that is net user John, and we get the login details. Okay, so we have the last logon details, that is 3/2/2019 5:48:32 p.m. Okay, so we just type in 03/02/2019 and it is 5:48:32 p.m. and submit it. So it's correct. Okay, so I showed you that there can be many approaches, just don't rely over any one only. So the next question with us is that what two accounts had administrative privileges other than administrator user? Okay, other than administrator user, what all other accounts had administrative privileges? Okay, so let us try to find it. We can use the same command net user and net user command to find out that what are the memberships or what are the permissions given to the specific user. As you can see, the user John has been given only users permission. It has been given the users membership. And if we just try to check over administrators membership, I'm sorry, I just typed in a wrong keyword. Administrator. Okay, yes, so here we are given the local group membership is administrators. Okay, so he is among the administrator and there can be many more administrators in the group. Okay, so we can do the same thing with this and we can just try to find if there are some accounts. Okay, we can type user accounts and get that if there is an account or which has administrator privileges or not. Okay, so I can tap on the manage another account and I can see that there is administrator, there is Jenny, there is John, but there is no default account or guest account. Okay, but the thing is that I can see that Jenny has administrator privileges. Okay, so this means that the first user which we are trying to find out in this question is Jenny. Okay, so that's the thing. And for finding out that who is the next who is the another user having the access to administrative privileges, we can do the same thing. We can do net user command. Okay, so instead of administrator, instead of John, because John had only local membership or the users membership, and instead of administrator, we need to find over default account and guest account. Okay, so we need to find that whether the default account or the guest account has the administrative privileges. So if I type about the guest user, I get that he is one of the members of administrators group. So that means that Jenny and guest are the ones who have administrative privileges. Okay, so we need to do in the sequential order in a correct sequence. So it is Jenny and guest. Okay, so that's correct. So the next question with us is, what's the name of the scheduled task that is malicious? Okay, so we need to find that which scheduled task is malicious. So what this question asks us, that what is the name of the scheduled task? That means we can find it in the task scheduler. Okay, so we can find it in the task scheduler. So I just type in task scheduler, I just open it and I try to see something in the library, and there are several ones given here, but we need to find that which one is malicious. Okay, so which one is malicious? So we need to see all these one. The first one, as you can see, or saw that I noticed this, that there is a program which is currently running and which is trying to make it try to recur itself. Okay, try to run it recursively. Okay, run and run and run. Okay, many times. Okay, so that means that it is and it has also mentioned that it is trying to execute a remote process. That means someone is trying to remotely execute our machine, and he is doing so by the help of Mimikatz. Okay, so if you notice the whole segment, and if you just try to explore the machine on your own, you will exactly notice that there is a program which is called Mimikatz, which is used in password cracking and all other things, that it is also being used in this machine. Okay, so it is being used in this machine. And so let's try to answer this, what is the task which is malicious. I know that it was the mim.exe which was running currently, if you noticed it. So I will try to see that whether there is a task or not which is trying to give it an edge over us. So if you just see that the actions which are taken by all these scheduled tasks are given to us. Okay, so if we see over the Amazon EC2, it says start a program which is at this location. The second one is check logged in. Okay, which is named at check logged in. The action is start a program that is known as Internet Explorer.exe. Okay, and the next program which I see is the clean file system. The action is start this one. If you notice it, it is trying to start a malicious program, and it is also trying to start it in the temporary folder. Okay, so it is trying to start it in the temporary folder, and that program is nc.ps1, and it is trying to manipulate with some port also. Okay, so it is trying to run a command. Okay, so it is trying to run a command, and we know that it is malicious. Okay, it is trying to communicate with other computer source. Okay, so that the task name is given as clean file system. Okay, so we'll just type clean file system and submit it. So it's correct, and we are asked that what file was the task trying to run daily. Okay, so if you see that at 4:55 p.m. every day it is trying to run. Okay, and it has been given a description, given a false description. Okay, it is a false description so as to make no one notice it. Okay, a task to clean old files of the system. Okay, and the actions are running in the temporary folder connecting to a port which is 1348, and the task is nc.ps1. Okay, so the task is nc.ps1. Okay, so that's correct for us. So the next question is that what port did this file listen locally for? I already said you that this is a command which is trying to connect to 1348 port. So the port number is obvious to us, that is 1348. So let's move on to the last question, and we will try to wrap this video up to this question only, and I will just do another question which will be a short one, and we will try to find all the answers of the other questions in the next video. Okay, so when did Jenny last log in? So we just use the same command, same thing, that was the net user, and I will type Jenny, and we will find out that The last logon was never. Jenny never logged in. Okay, so if Jenny never logged in, then the answer would be never. If she never logged in, so the answer would be never. Okay, so the first half of this investigating Windows room has been done by us, and I hope you liked it. So if you liked it, then please subscribe to my channel, and it will help me a lot. And I will try to bring more walkthrough videos and more helpful approaches so that you can learn more and have a edge over others, or have a edge over your previous past analysis. Okay, so try to just explore yourself and do these rooms on your own. And if you need help, you can comment in the comment box and I will try to help you. So thank you for this and goodbye.